these flowers, as you can see, this is $6. This is $6 as well. And this is $8, which I'm not going to use for this video. And this is $8 too. So before we make a bouquet, we have to condition the flowers. If you don't condition the flowers beforehand, it's really difficult to make a bouquet because you've got only 2 hands. So make sure you get all flowers ready to make a bouquet. So what you do is just leave about 1 hand size of the flowers on the top and get rid of all the leaves at the bottom. And because the leaves, once these flowers get into the water, it will only create bacteria, and it's difficult to hold it if there are so many leaves under the stem. So yeah, so just cut the bottom like this at an angle. You don't have to, but if you do, it creates more surface for the water to be absorbed, so it can help the flowers last longer. And the same thing with the orchids, you just cut the bottom. If you don't cut the bottom, because if you bring the flowers from the supermarket, they are usually very mushy at the bottom. Just cut the bottom like that. Same thing with these flowers. Yeah, just leave the top flowers and get rid of all the leaves and cut the bottom. Just get rid of all the mushy area. Once you finish, move on to the next one. These kind of flowers are a bit difficult to condition. It's not that hard, but you just need, as I say, you just leave the top part of the flowers and get all the small stems. You get rid of it, but you leave it separately so that you can use for the later use. Like you can use for the corsage or headpiece, things like that. So you don't need to waste it. You just leave it separately. Yeah, again, same thing. Get rid of all the leaves below the flowers, below the water line, and put it in a small jar like this, because the leaves in the water can create bacteria, which you do not want. So make sure you have some string to bind the flowers. So once you finish the conditioning all the flowers, you put the flowers on the table. This is $6, as I mentioned, as you've seen it before. This is $8, which is the most expensive flowers that I've put today. And this is $6. So they are $20 altogether. So pretty good. So when you make a bouquet, you choose 1 or 2 stems at once of each flowers, so that you make a really fuller look rather than holding 1 bunch of flowers at once and 1 bunch there. You still can do that. It's called grouping, but that's not always necessary. This is the easiest way to do it. So this is easier way to do it. So you use 1 or 2 stems at once. I'm using spiral technique here, which I can explain to you in the other video. Very secure way to make a bouquet. Spiral technique. It's called spiral technique. As you do, you make sure you see the bigger flowers among them. So bigger flowers, you make sure it's a bit up than the smaller flowers, so they can show better. Once you finish, you bind it with the string that you prepared. Yeah, make sure you tie firmly like that. Then about 2 hand size of the stem, you cut it below, so about 2 hand size. You don't have to do this way, but usually it's good. It's an idea for the eyes to see. If you do that, it's easier way to measure how long or how short you want to do the make the bouquet to be. I cut it a bit longer because I can. Just in case I need to cut it a bit shorter later on. And again, small flowers that you left, you can put it in a jar, separate jar for the later use. And for the if you want to wrap it, you can use any wrapper, but I chose this meshy wrapping thing. Make sure it's an angle. I mean, you can put it on a horizontal line, but if you put on an angle with the wrapping paper or wrapping mesh, it's it gives you more interesting look. So I put the flowers at an angle. You cover the flowers like that. Once yet like this, and once you finish, again you bind it. Once you bind it, you cut it with the scissors, and you can just gift it like this, but I put one more paper for the secret to make it. If you have a ribbon, you can use the ribbon as well. This step is really not, I mean, it's optional. I had brown papers at home, so I used it, and I had some ribbons as well, so I'm using it. So I had nice pink ribbons with brown papers. You might like different colors, that's completely fine. So with how you wrap it is, again, you put bouquet against the flowers, against the paper at an angle. It creates more interesting look. Make sure you cover the bottom so that you don't show the stems. Just like this, and you bind the binding area. Make sure the shape is not destroyed. You make the shape and put the ribbons around it. Yeah, very nicely done like this. This is how you make the bouquet with $20 or less. Of course, it doesn't include the wrapping cost, only for the cost of flowers. How do you like it? Do you like it? If you're good with the colors, you can use different colors of papers or wrapping material. So there you have it, a bouquet with $20 or less. How do you like it? I hope you enjoyed it and create more and more beautiful bouquets and make other people happy and yourself happy. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. you.